I do believe that I have convinced myself not to do spoilers. I think so. Because it's only a just over 300-page book. And it's adorable and so much fun. And I'm Morgan, if this happens to be your first time clicking on my channel. We're going to be doing the book review for our buddy read of the month, which was Dreadful by Kittle and Rozakis. And this was so fun. I am so glad that we picked this book up. Let's try to do this spoiler free. The first thing let's mention is the adorable cover and detailing. Okay, just the stack of books, that's just adorable, and it's all right without anything to. And you can see his little castle and the tentacles and the little garlic bulbs, which that's just an adorable detail from the story that got added into the cover. I say adorable, it's humorous, maybe more than adorable. Adorable is totally not the right word. Moving on though, let's talk about where this story takes place in our world building. There's not really much world building though, it's a general fantasy setting of a medieval time period, kingdom, township. Most of this book though, it just takes place in the castle, and it's a kind of small castle. It doesn't have much to it, and he has a small village right outside the castle that they're his people. They pay taxes to him, and it's kind of a dreary place. The castle's aesthetics, they're a choice. They are definitely a choice, and it is seen through the novel though why this choice is made. It's made quite apparent that maybe I shouldn't say that. The choices though, the choices are flickering smoky torches instead of candles that could be spelled to always be bright, and intricately carved furniture of people in agony or other situations. Just a general gloominess. It doesn't seem like there's very many windows. Everywhere is kind of dark and gloomy in the castle, and I don't think it ever particularly says dirty, because he's got, like, you know, his goblins, his servants. I think they clean mostly, though when he first went to the kitchen and saw the kitchen goblins, all of their clothes were kind of dingy and dirty, so maybe they don't clean the castle. So everything is a very gloomy situation. But it's a dark wizard's castle. You picture dark wizard's castles, you kind of picture gloominess, as I suppose. I think I just skipped like I was a CD. Okay. It's after the harvest, so it feels like fall time. Then, well, what crop? Yeah, so either way, whatever crop, it's still probably around fall time. So you could picture like kind of a grayish landscape to go with this gloomy castle and rundown village. That is your mental image, and it is oddly atmospheric. Like, I could picture all the things, even though we're not given like huge amounts of details. I could picture all the things, and I was enjoying so much of it. Moving on then into our character plot. No, magic first. Magic. As I said, this is just kind of a general fantasy place. It's for setting, and it's also kind of just a general magic. It's just your basic magic that is not explained, but we are seeing through the eyes of a character who doesn't know these things, as he doesn't even know who he is. So as he's figuring this out, or instinctively knowing things a little bit, you find things out. But there are small spells, such as, you know, fireballs, lighting candles, or larger spells, such as weather spells, calling on demons. Everything requires a more degree of something, like more people, more energy, give and take. So there does seem to be some basic rule to magic itself. We just don't get to find out about it. And really, that would bug me. It would bug me a lot if, you know, there's things that we can't, you know, learn, we can't understand, we're not given it. With this situation and with this character, it's okay. It didn't. It worked. It worked. You found stuff out a little bit as you went along. Such as, like, in the very first chapter. The chapters are super long. In the first chapter, though, he finds out, you know, to do the fireball. And it's immediately bursts like dried roses in flames. So it sucks energy even out of maybe not quite a living thing, since they were dried roses. But larger spells will obviously take more of this energy. It's just that's the give and take of the world that it seems to be apparent is energy from living or recently living things. That's unclear. As I said, we never got to find out though for sure like how much it would take or if it would accept other sacrifices. There was a comment as he was trying to find more flowers to do something, and he's like, where do you even get flowers this time of year? Are roses even in season? Little girls would know. Little girls always seem to know where to find flowers for their crowns. And then he goes off on this side thought of he doesn't know about little girls being suspicious now. Can they cast fireballs? Would the world be a better place if little girls could cast fireballs, or more scary? And that is his thought process through a lot of the book, where we're in one line of thought and then our mind just wanders and he pulls himself back though. There's also a line about bears. This book was just so much fun, and even in the general setting and the general magic, and just realistically magic, besides the fact that he is a dark wizard and that there's obviously something going on magically, it doesn't come into play until like a certain part. You don't get to see as much of the magic. It's just a story more so of Gav. So we'll talk about Gav. Yeah, it says that on the back of the book. I can say Gav. Our main character though wakes up in the middle of some sort of weird ritual-y looking place with mild fires going all about him. He's not sure how he got here. This room looks mildly creepy. Is this a dark wizard's lair? Oh no, I need to get out of here before Dreadlord whomever comes back. And so slowly Gav is starting to realize that he might be this Dreadlord whomever. And oh crap, how does he keep people from realizing that he isn't exactly who they think he is without them figuring it out? So a lot of the first portion of the book is just him trying to pass himself off as himself without anybody realizing that he doesn't have any memories anymore. Though some things are slowly coming back to him, like he randomly knows how to do the fireball spell. And so many mishaps, like finding that there's a princess in the dungeon. And he is like, okay, yes, maybe I should interrogate the princess. And wrong-footing himself and wrong-footing her, as he doesn't have the responses to her that she's expecting. But Gav himself though, it seems to be a generally normal, kind of nice person. He does have a temper that flares up though, so he's like, okay, this is what probably led Gavrex down his path. Because he seems to be easily offended, and then he always makes the bad decision. Kind of spoilers, but it's also character, as it's not something particularly that happens, it's just witnessing Gav's character growth. Yeah, we're gonna slide that in there. Well, I kind of said the plot with the character. Gav's just trying to play along with whatever plan his evil past self had going with the princess, with the castle full of goblins, not letting anybody know about it. And there is a larger plan for the princess. It was just so funny, so throughout it. Because of Gav's interactions, because of his thought process and the odd thought processes where, we have the deviating thoughts and we plan things. The biggest theme I feel like going through the book though was that this is fantasy fairy tale-ish, so you have your bad guy. Of course there must be a good wizard, good guy. She's a sorceress. Arturo, something like that. And she helps the heroes. Because we are seeing from this character though, and we are seeing that maybe he isn't all that bad, and especially to his hench goblins. And then you see the heroes who don't seem to care about anything but their mission. Like collateral damage has no meaning to any of these people, or Arturo. Or does she seem to care about said heroes before giving them, dangerous magical objects? So the whole who's the bad guy, who's the good guy, are the good guys actually good people, that all is like flipped over in this book, and it was so good to watch. It was so good because you expect the good guys to, they slay the dragons, they're awesome, but you never think, well, what happens to the rest of the dragon? But like I said, it just turned all of that in a very humorous way. And the end of the book was like the perfect cherry on top to that theme. I'm pretty sure I almost hinted at too many spoilers as it is. And I really didn't think I would talk that long about such a tiny book. Let's go for the rating though. This was a 4 stars. This was definitely a 4 stars. It was too much fun to be anything else. Even if we didn't have epic world building. In-depth character development, that's fine, because we got a developing character because he started out as a blank slate. There was really nothing else for him to do but have character growth. And it was beautiful and so funny. And it was just, this is probably going to be a standalone. It feels like it could maybe have another edition. This like just a whole nother adventure. I feel like that could be a possibility, but it's perfectly contained enough to be its own, just wonderfully humorous, dreadful little novel. And the twist at the end. That will be one thing. Some people might not like how the big overarching thing, why he needed the princess, how that went down. Some people might not like how that got resolved, that it might have been too wrapped up tidily. It happened super fast. It really did. Overall, this was just such a fun little book. Like, so humorous. I really hope I have encouraged you guys to pick it up today if you were looking for something short, self-contained, humorous, light fantasy, almost a coming of age, except he's way of age, and it's just finding out what you want to be in life and do in life. None of those coming of age struggles, like angstiness. Yeah, okay. That's great comparisons. Hopefully though, you enjoyed this video, and maybe you're gonna go check out some other ones, and you'll subscribe if you're liking my style. I hope you're finding something awesome to read today, and I'll see y'all in the next one.